Thank you very much. So this is the second leg, and I have a gentleman in the house. He has been here. It's not a newcomer here, but today I just want to give you an insight into what really this gentleman is really about. So his name is Prince Asante Sefa-Boakye, and he has frequently found himself to be, or in the past, used to be the only African player and one of the few players of color in a water polo pool. That's the gentleman here. He's in his 30s, so, and he grew up in Colorado, in California. Now he has decided, for some time now, he has decided to take on a new challenge by introducing the sport he loves most to his fatherland, meaning that this is the country he comes from. So he has come back home. Asante is currently training and working with a group of young, dedicated, vibrant, you just name it, energetic young players, men and women, young girls, young boys, to create the first ever all-black water polo team to compete at the Olympics. Okay. So, as we speak now, on the whole of African continent, there are only two countries, South Africa and Egypt, that has represented the continent in water polo at the Olympics. Only two. And Santi says he wants to add the third one to it, and even fourth and fifth, because he's not only doing this in Ghana, he's going to other African countries and doing it. So Santi's in the house. Akwaba.
Yo, Medase.
Great Santi.
Yo.
How are you?
Oh, Minyaji Papa.
We Minyaji Papa.
Yo.
Otufo, Otikokoso. Charlie, how's the journey been like?
The journey has not been easy, but nothing great is ever easy. But it's been very beautiful. All of the challenges and all of our sacrifices have definitely yielded some rewards. So with the bumps and bruises on the road, I think we've made something beautiful happen with the boys and the girls, some being able to travel outside of Ghana, success in other parts of Africa, and prospects to travel outside of Ghana again. The invitations keep coming, so it's a difficult journey, but I'm happy with the progress we've made.
Let's talk about the Olympic dream. How? Where? Walk us through. For the first time, I'm watching us and saying, where is this Rastafarian guy with plenty beard, wearing smile every day?
Thank you.
Santi, where is he coming from?
How can he do this? Huh? So it starts back in the hometown in California, Coronado, the town I grew up in. Very serious aquatic city, very serious with water polo. We've had many Olympians come out of that town. They would come even to our pool practices when I was even just schooling. And they would say, we're training for the Olympics. Here's what you have to do if you also want to be a part of it. And they would jump in and they would train with us. Some would be very rough, some would be very strong. But that was the beginning of planting the seed of a dream of, okay, maybe we can do something for a national team. First as myself as a player. And then you grow up, you play in university. I got to play abroad in Europe. I got to play in Brazil. And all the while, always the darkest one on the pool. Always the only African American. Always the only black. And Ghana being my homeland, I always had this idea to say, wait a second, how can we make this crazy dream happen where you have a team of all black players, coaching, staff, athletes, to one day reach the highest level and go to the Olympics and qualify and represent. So that's been a dream of mine for maybe 15 years now.
Wow. 15?
A long time. So, and we get closer every single day.
The way you talk about it, it looks seamless. It looks, was it that easy?
No.
That the only black boy?
No.
How was the relation like? Did they really accept you like, oh, okay, black boy? Yes.
They accept you, but then, you know, you have the jokes. What are you doing? The football field is over here. You should go be playing basketball. You should do this. So sometimes it gets very difficult when you just want to show up and you just want to train, but you have to deal with, you know, the remarks and the teasing, and you have not too many people to relate to you. But those challenges, they make you stronger. You see, if you can find your way to train and succeed amidst adversity, your character becomes very hard. So I'm happy with this team here because they don't have those challenges that myself and other black players have around the world, because they look left, they look right, and they see all black. They see all afro, all dreadlocks, all black curls everywhere. So that's one of the greatest things I'm happy about. But it's not easy. Oh, being the only one, forget it. But the best part about being the only one is everybody will recognize you. Say, this guy, we know who he is.
Santi, let's come to you coming to Ghana and saying that, okay, I want to do this. And a country that we find it difficult even getting places to swim.
True.
The swimming culture here is not that developed like elsewhere. So why did you take that audacious journey?
So first coming here with the intention to plant the seed of this dream, that was 2018. Going to a school that had a pool. I said, okay, one of the only schools in Ghana that has a pool. Wow, okay, let me start here. But then even as you drive through the city, you see our brothers were fit everywhere. And especially when you go to the sea and you see the fishermen in the morning, training hard. I said, wait a second, this could be something we really can do. And even though Ghana's football, this new motivation to do aquatics is something that can bear a lot of fruit. It can benefit everybody. And also when you're learning the swimming, when you're able to be in the water, in the lake, the sea, in the river, it's drowning prevention.
Okay.
So even though I've seen success with our football teams, it's a crazy dream, but I believe it's possible to see success in the pool as well.
On our screens are some of the highlights. This was just the weekend when the games and stuff were going on. And you were wearing smiles all over. You were super excited. What is it that has entered into these young ones and they keep doing these things?
It's passion. It's opportunity. And you know, some of the areas where these boys and girls come from, there's no hope. The mortality rate of some of these ghetto sides in the poor areas.
So are you saying that most of them were, you gathered them with your team when they were just loitering around?
Exactly right. Some of them are in the very, 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 maybe even the forgotten parts of Accra and Ghana. So we gather them and we say, hey, on top of your schooling, which is important, we're going to add this new element to your life where you can come be committed. Don't worry, we'll take care of small things here and there. We'll give you some food, some TNT, pick you to the pool, but you have to commit to it. And this thing has really changed their lives because these boys on the team, they now see their peers who they used to mess around with before the sport, they're going down while they are going up. And even these boys are the motivation for the other boys in the area to say, you know, I was fooling around, but I see what Polo has done for you and I want to become serious now. So it's just this idea that they are part of something bigger than themselves. This idea that they say, wait a second, this thing can really take me out. This thing can really benefit my life. And that's passion. And now, as you see on the screen here, they play very serious. They'll die for the game. They'll play for this thing. And the way they carry the medals and the trophies, even their new shirts around, it's a lot of pride. And that's what you need to create any type of gold medal team. They have to have the pride in themselves, the passion to play, the opportunity, and the will to want to continue when the journey is tough.
Where are you getting resources to do this?
So it's been a blessing. My community in the U.S., my large family, they say, you know what? I see you're not giving up on Ghana, so we have no choice but to help you. My teammates in the U.S., even before this Ghana adventure, I was teaching in schools. I was tutoring private young adults, and I was doing music. So all of my colleagues from those parts of my life, they've been able to help me in my fundraising and say, listen, we want to see an all-black team go to the Olympics. And even if you don't go to the Olympics, we love to see the all-black team. So whatever you need, here's money for your food, money for your TNT, money for the T-shirts, money for the pool space. So that's been great, and I'm very grateful to my San Diego community in California for helping to support. But the dream will truly manifest when we have the Ghana support coming in to provide the corporate funds, the concrete funds, so that we can grow this dream even bigger and reach a larger impact. Because we work with the pools, but we have so many water bodies here in Ghana. So being able to go to those villages that are next to the river and the sea and the lake, that is where we can really maximize the impact. Not just for the game, but even teaching swimming lessons and how to prevent drowning.
So tell Ghanaians, the players you have, which parts of this country are they in? And when will you guys get to the other parts?
So far, we've reached Kumasi. We've reached Lake Bosumtre, the Abono region. we are in Central Region, Awutu side, Greater Accra region. We did a small activation in Volta, in that area, Sogakope, and we've done Cape Coast, just outside of the dungeons there. So anywhere that there's water, we can play water polo. And soon we would like to visit, they have the places like Bogotanga and even Buzia up there. We've had some of the people from the Skate Ghana company reach out and say, look, we want to teach more people how to swim. Please come by. So my personal goal is I love the beaches and I love the lakes. So just getting those communities to set up the game the same way we see boys and girls playing football on the roadside or in fields of grass here.
I chanced on some notices that you were also worried about the Galamsey menace and what.
Very serious about that one, huh?
Why you fear your dream of the Olympics will not come if the Galamsey thing?
I believe that our dream is safe always, but we will reach the dream faster once we are able to preserve the cleanliness of our ocean bodies. And we've trained in the lake. Before we were committing to the pool, we would train in the sea. And that was something that would really impact the players. Because once you're able to train in the sea with the current and the waves, once you come to the pool, it's easy peasy. But if we keep seeing these negative effects of the Galamsey, it's going to reduce the areas where we'll be able to train. Because I don't want to put my players in filthy water. And I don't want my players to be in areas that are being polluted, not just by industry, but by bad-minded people and corrupt stuff. So this Galamsey thing is very serious. It really hurts the environment. And we were able to do something I'm very proud of. Last summer, we went to the Cape Coast dungeon and we did a beach cleanup to pick up as much trash as we can to make sure that the water we jump into is clean and safe. We did a good job, but there's still more work to be done. But with this Galamsey, it's hurting the dream. It will never kill the dream, but as soon as we can solve the problem, I'm sure we'll reach it faster.
Ghanaians are watching. When exactly do you want to see your team ready for the Olympics?
It's a very interesting journey because when you look at water polo on the global stage, you have these qualification tournaments. Africa always needs a contender to represent. Last year in, I believe it was Tokyo, huh? No, it was Paris.
Yes.
We had no African contenders, no African representation. So that's a big problem. It says that Africa's not playing, but if you watch the TV here, you see Ghana has a team, South Africa has a team, Kenya, Zimbabwe, maybe even Ethiopia has a team. So the path that we have is we need to enter into these big World Aquatic tournaments, even if they're developmental games, just for us to make this appearance on the world stage. And if we do well, we score. Even if we don't get the result we want, still now the higher ups can say, okay, now we see the real improvement. That's the backing that we receive from the Aquatic Federation. And it's a good path because we have two upcoming options. We have these Youth Olympic Games in Senegal. I believe that's 2026. And then, of course, the big dream, 2028. So as far as reaching the step by step, we have to enter in these tournaments. And my way of preparing the team is these consistent competitions, consistent trainings, consistent trips, not just within Africa, but outside of Africa, so they can really see how the big boys are playing in Hungary, in Croatia, in Europe. We even had our Italy dreams dashed, but that was a one and done event because the offer has still been presented to us again to return and be a part of these youth games. So it's the consistency for me. Consistency and the wake-up call. Because even we have the foreigners come in, like Mr. Tony was here. He's able to see how Ghana is doing compared to the other countries he's seen. And he's agreeing, hey, you guys are doing it. You're doing exactly what you need to get to where you want to be. So we just need to continue it and do more and have even these professionals come to Ghana and train us small.
We're checking out from the studio. Time runs fast. In 30 seconds, once again, sell the dream to Ghanaians.
Yeah.
Is it possible?
Absolutely.
That, we will get a water polo team to be at the Olympics?
It's very possible. For the Ghanaians here in Ghana, for the diasporans who want a purpose to come back to the homeland, to even play and represent as a Ghanaian in the Olympics in 2028.
We have some Ghanaians diaspora that play water polo.
We have some Black Americans
that play water polo.
That play water polo. We even have some at Howard University. We have some across California, some good contacts. Some even playing abroad in Germany, as I was doing the same thing in Europe and Brazil. So the opportunity is there saying, listen, if you would like this opportunity to be on an Olympic team for an African country, spend your time here, nationalize yourself. So now we can create this super team of diasporan players mixed with our Ghanaian players that have been training. And that's how we can make this dream possible. It's not impossible at all. We just have to work and commit and believe.
Thank you very much, Santi. We definitely will not finish talking with Santi and that huge dream he's having of really walking and holding the flag of Ghana, hoisting it on the Olympic stage for water polo. An incredible journey he is embarking on it. And he's just 5 years old in this dream.
Very
and
true.
we're hoping that not less than 5 years to come, we should have this dream.
It should happen.
And it will happen. And to, if you're out there, corporate Ghana, please take a second look at your sponsorship and then come to water polo and then see these boys. They have a humbling beginning and the stories are many. We'll get you another time here to talk about the life that you are transforming and shaping through this sports you have. Thank you very much,
beautiful.
Asante.
Theo Sampah.
Thank you also for doing the watching. That's been the page. The page returns same time tomorrow. Have a lovely day.